So in the last video that I made, it was pertaining the Golden TXL, and I did a mod to light the coin door. I actually took that cable with the lights that I had made for Street Fighter 2 for the sake of expediency, because I'm still waiting on parts for Street Fighter 2, so it's going to be a couple of weeks before I get it done anyway, and I want it to be done with the Golden T. So I've got to make another cable. Figured I might as well show you what I do, because a lot of people buy kits and it's so much trouble, but it's really not that big of a deal. So what I've got is just a USB that I'm going to plug into any USB port. And I say any. In the case of the Golden T, it's the PCB housing for the one-up itself. It's behind the monitor. It's mounted permanently. In the case of my Street Fighter 2, that's actually running a Raspberry Pi, so it'll be plugged right in the Raspberry Pi. Different scenario, I think in the case of my Pole Position 2, that may be plugged directly into like a little adapter, like a 5-volt adapter, but there's different ways you can do it. Just any kind of a little cable like this, I'll cut the end off, and I'll just want a positive and negative. So I'll go ahead and cut that off. And usually what you'll find is kind of a set of wires surrounded by kind of a mesh ground. And usually that mesh ground is going to go to, that'll go to the black wire of your lights. And then there'll be another wire inside that will be your other side, and it's usually the red one. So let's see. May have got a little too much of that. I'm going to strip this. Okay, so what we got here, we've got a red, and then just what I think is the ground wire that was in that little mesh. So I'm going to take, I got just a little brick, and I'll plug this into that, so I'll get my 5 volts. And then I should be able to take just a 5-volt LED, and I should be able to touch these two and get the light to come on. If I do, then I know I can go ahead and connect it permanently, and we'll be good. So here we go. Let's see. Where's our red? Getting anything from that. Okay, there we go. I guess I just didn't have it properly connected. I'm having a hard time getting that. You can see when they properly touch. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then all we got to do is connect the black to that outside ground and the red to the red. And we're going to do 2 of them. Kind of the easiest way to do this would be to use Scotch locks. I don't have any Scotch locks with me. I've got them at the office, but I don't have any here. So I'm just going to solder them up. And this solder that I have here is junk. I could not find my good solder in my shop, so this is like some Chinese junk. May have come from Harbor Freight or something. It will work, but it's not very good. So it may take me a little while of goofing around with it to get it to work. So put this down, turn the soldering iron on, let that start getting hot. See if I can't kind of get these wires kind of semi-wrapped together. All right, I don't know if I can get these all wired up or not. This gauge of wire is typically pretty stubborn. Like I said, the best solution is to get you some Scotch locks. I just don't have any with me. Kind of the best scenario here is that you can get them all kind of wrapped together pretty good. And then you can just, you know, tin them with the solder and kind of hope that everything holds together. I'm going to cheat just a little bit, and I'm going to just wrap a little tiny zip tie around here. That was kind of keep them from getting too far away from me during the process. Make it a little bit easier for me to manage them. See if we can get all this wrapped together. I don't think if I can just get them to kind of wrap relatively tightly and then get them tinned, I think we'll probably be fine. Okay. Horrible soldering, but it's this Chinese crap solder. I don't think that stuff is going to come loose though. It all looks pretty solid. So now it's the test. Plug it in and see if we get 2 lights come on. 2 lights. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but I mean that's basically it. It's pretty simple. All right, so let's turn this off. I'm gonna wrap this up with electrical tape. Come up here. Let's have another zip tie on. And then the last test will be just to plug it back in, make sure our joints didn't come loose and all of that, messing with them. Like I said, hopefully this turns on. We got 2 lights. Best way to put these out, you gotta be able to see it. Cross our fingers. Here we go. Both lights working. Again, it's simple.